Leo North Node, welcome back for anyone who has been with me before, and welcome to anyone who is just coming across me or is new to Honeybee U Tarot. My name is Melissa, and I do the North Node readings quarterly, and I'm kind of playing around with doing them more often. I'm highly sensitive to the energies that are going around, so I've just really been tired. I don't know where I'm going. I'm accepting that I don't know. But today we are doing North Node readings, so let's jump into it. I pull oracle cards first to kind of set the overarching theme, message, tone, and then we move into the tarot, and I'll put that in the description box below so you know where the tarot reading is if that's all you care about. They really happen to be in flow, really working well together. So if you want the full message, I would listen to everything, but we don't all have time, and my videos tend to go about an hour. At the end, after the tarot readings, I will pull one more card from the Archangel Metatron Self-Mastery Oracle deck from Amanda Ellis, and we'll get that final message to tie it all up. Okay, so I've already pulled the first Oracle cards, and already it's very interesting, gotta say. So you got two Oracle cards from Kim Cran's Wild Unknown Archetypes deck. You got the Shaman. Okay, and Gnosis. Okay, I'll read a little bit from both of those. And then the bottom of the deck, super cute Leo North Node. This is you, the comic. Okay, so really cool. The Shaman. Keywords: the Magi, the Sorcerer, the Medicine Woman. 3 archetypal ingredients constitute the shaman, and all must be present in order to reveal its magic. Okay, so the first is that the shaman is activated by long-standing and diligent study. Okay. Second, its orientation is generously and accurately aimed toward the healing of the self, the other, and the culture. And third, the shaman has a knack for finding doorways to the other world, allowing psychic visions and old magic to leak into this world. Okay. The first we're studying, and then moving into healing, and then finding pathways into the higher realms, the other world, and allowing that to I want to say, allowing that to inform not only your own healing, and I'm just saying this about myself, but to be experienced and integrated and played with. You know, I think that's really important for you, Leo. Okay, in this way, the shaman is a master who bridges the everyday and the sacred. Yeah, that's kind of what I was saying. It's like you bring all of these experiences to your earthly day-to-day life, and then life can become sort of fun and almost a game. Not to be feared, you know, to be appreciated for how it shows up. That's all. I'll leave it at that. So in this way, the shaman is a master who bridges the everyday and the sacred, revealing potent power needed desperately in our time. Yet where there is power, there is shadow, so the shaman must be vigilant in studying their darkness. This card reminds us that the force of healing is ultimately not our own. We must shape it, and share it with the world. So when in light, we have a fearless student and practitioner. And when dark, overpromises, blames, hurts self and others. Okay. And then if we look at Gnosis, an interesting card to go along with this, we have innermost knowing and mystic truths. So I feel like you're really playing with and in the space of the unknown and the mystery and the other world and, sort of the magic of life, while maybe also getting a sense not of being, like I said before, not being afraid of it, but playing with it, having an appreciation of it. True knowledge is not found in facts and figures, in scholarly books, or library shelves. Rather, Gnosis points to the deep and timeless archetypal wisdom that rises from the felt experience of having touched the unknown with every one of the senses. Those who are drawn to Gnosis find themselves in esoteric studies, likely involving mysticism, alchemy, healing, or perhaps science. Knowing is their calling, not knowing is their job description. This is huge. That's a huge piece of wisdom there. Understanding that the more you know and the more that the mystery reveals itself, the more you're aware that there's so much that we will never know. And being okay with that, like having maybe even a passion to continue to explore your own experience with the mystery, but to understand that you can never really harness it. You can never really know the depths because they will always be revealing themselves. There's nothing that can become, you can't catch it like a firefly and put it in a jar and say, okay, well, here, this is what that is. Knowing is their calling, not knowing is their job description. So lots of curiosity there. No matter how far the alchemists take their studies, they come to the ultimate conclusion that facts slip towards mystery, and soon the mystery results in facts. This card signifies a knowing that is life-changing. Once you experience it, you are forever changed and become a guardian of Gnosis. The eternal mystery is calling you. Study your passion and the deepest way available to you. When in light, contemplating the mystery, unanswerable questions. When dark, over intellectualizing and literalizing and asking others. Okay. It's important that you do not get stuck. That's a South Node thing for you in asking everybody else what they think, asking everybody else about their experience, asking everybody else, so that you have this like sense of safety and comfort that you're approved of, that you belong with, that you're a part of the group. That's not for you. That's not for you in this incarnation. You don't have to get rid of the desire to belong, but you can't sacrifice that. You can't sacrifice your own self and your own experience for the group in this lifetime. And finally, those who say they know don't, and those who say they don't know, know. Okay. And then the final little interesting card. This was the bottom of the deck. Where'd you go? This card's so so funny to me. I have a tabby cat. The comic. Okay. So keywords: the Joker, the Clown, the Fool. The comic carries a remedy for all that ails this world. Amid the deepest pain and suffering, there's always the potential to lift up and out of the darkness through laughter. Though dismissed by some as lowbrow or unsophisticated, this archetype actually has a highly advanced mind. Some may use the word genius, as humor requires one to see the situation from afar rather than to be swept away by the drama. The comic sees and accepts the messiness of life, uses it as material to be mixed and shaped into a potion to soothe the stressed and serious mind. They literally lighten us up. Thus, the comic is usually the sage or the magician working healing magic upon any audience who will lend an ear. The comic may be the archetype that heals the deep division in our world. Wow. Don't we need that? One pun at a time. When light, hilarious, ingenious, spirited, and easygoing, and when dark, sarcastic, harsh, brooding, or drunk. The comic has plenty of shade to throw on others, and it can fall into shadow at the drop of a hat. Beware of their sharp claws. Okay, and so that's the energy. The bottom of the deck is the energy that's moving from the past into the present and into the future. So that's underlying, let's say, flow and energy moving through you as Leo North Node at this time. It's really important, that you don't get lost in taking everything so seriously, get lost in the sense that, if I have all the answers, if I study a little bit more, if I, get that one perfect framework or definition or I don't know. I just popped in my head timeline. I have no idea. I wasn't going to say that, but that's what just was said. Timeline. Timeline. I guess that's all about having certainty. I think maybe it's time to let go of certainty and just be where you are right now in your experience and play with this. Like, isn't this interesting? Like, this is, kind of what's going down in my individual world and in the world at large. Okay, that's enough of that. All right, and so from the wisdom of the oracle, you got not for you. A clear knowing that something is being denied you. Rejection is God's protection. So you may be experiencing some sort of denial of something that you want, and you may feel confused. You may not understand the why. Again, okay, so we're looking at timeline, potentially goals being set, wishes and dreams, and you may be feeling sort of blocked, or that it just doesn't seem to be manifesting. And so kind of look at it or try to approach it and look at it with curiosity. And in the meantime, do you do other things that are fun for you, playful for you. There are times when it appears that no matter how deeply you desire something, no matter how hard you work at something, the result you seek always seems to elude you. It's as if you don't really get to be in the game, and you feel you're just watching from the sidelines. The appearance of this card indicates that you are not going to attain what you want right now, that indeed your dreams for the exact thing will not be fulfilled. This is a time to radically accept that not everything is available to you when you need it. Take heart, for there are benevolent forces who desire the best for you and have a much clearer idea of what is in your highest good. Rejection is God's protection. Something much better that will make you truly happy is on its way. Trust this. Okay? Mystery and the magic. Divine timing. Oh, okay. Timeline. Got it. All right. And happy. So almost like a contrast, right? Which is so interesting. Happy. Why is it on that page? I'll leave this up. Essential meanings: joy and contentment, a sense of fulfillment, a feeling that all is well. Your desires are effortlessly fulfilled now. Find joy in the present moment, whatever is happening, and be satisfied with things as they are. You're free from the shackles of longing and able to experience the liberation that comes from actually being happy moment to moment. For you have chosen happiness over yearning for it. Now is the time for feeling joy for the sake of joy and experiencing contentment. None of this is because of something outside yourself. Did I say that earlier? Your happiness is a result of your being at one with Spirit's plan for your life. All is well. The tide is in for now. Enjoy playfully splashing in it. Okay? Pretty self-explanatory. And again, they don't have to be contradictory. For where you are with the shaman and gnosis in the comic, your North Node is all about being in the moment, appreciating other people's joy, appreciating your own joy, not worrying that you need to meld them all together. acting in the moment, being spontaneous, being playful. That is, definitely North Node. Being willing to take center stage um, uh, is North Node. Okay, so I'm going to put these out here so I can kind of remember some of these messages as we move forward into the tarot reading. What time? Okay, 15:15. All right, 15:15. Move into the. All right. Okay, so let's see what the messages are here. So, current challenges. Okay, I did extensively shuffle and cleanse the decks. All right, current challenges for Leo North Node. What are the current challenges for Leo North Node? You can see what wants to come up. 7 of Cups. Kind of wanted to peek its little head out. So maybe kind of deciding what you want in life, what would make you feel fulfilled and happy, and yet there could be, like some definitely some wishing, maybe even some, maybe even some fantasy, but that's not the card that came out. Interesting. You got the 2 of Wands, pretty much the same thing. I've created this thing. I've done this thing. This is fire energy, okay? Life force, passion, something created from your heart, right? Something that you really wanted. And now I want to know how do I get it out there into the world? Like, how do I express it? How do I make an impact? So that may be a challenge for you right now. And at the bottom of, I'm gonna have to put this on pause. My cat is outside. At the bottom of the deck is the Page of Wands. So there could be a message, or could have been a message coming in towards you from a distance. I don't know, maybe let me see how these cards are looking towards each other. Maybe you've received a message or an idea, and it's not quite fully not fully formed. The idea of it, the notion of it, how it would all come to be isn't fully formed. Sorry, I've got to go let my cat in. Okay, so it's really about figuring out, how am I going to I'm in the process of following my heart's desires, but like, where do we go next? Okay. What are the strengths present for Leo North Node right now? There we go. Looking at that shadow. Moon card at the bottom of the deck, the Magician. Oh, well, you have everything you need to bring into this world to manifest and to make your coin and to create a legacy. Everything that you need. You are the Magician. You bring down from your heart's desire, your soul's calling, your purpose, your reason for being, your drive and your inspiration. You have everything that you need to pull it from here and use all of these tools here on their table, right, to bring it into into being. The moon card at the bottom of the deck. There may be a need right now for you to work through some legacies, some wounding, some of your own shadow and dark side that has come maybe from your past. I see this as Cats in the Cradle, also card. If you don't know Cats in the Cradle, look it up. If I can remember, I'll put the lyrics in the bottom. But it's kind of like these legacies, these generational legacies that we pass on. They need to be healed. And actually, as I'm understanding, this is the time to be doing all of that, okay, for all of us. But nevertheless, I mean, you have everything that you need to do that. So, oh yeah, okay, right. So if we're looking back at the shaman, so you're studying, you're reaching further, maybe into the other world. Maybe you've been somebody that's very pragmatic and very, maybe even scientifically minded, and maybe you're being challenged to kind of use, your curiosity for what other methods for healing, spiritual, psychic connections, synchronicities, what have you, that can help you to heal and make connections for yourself about, family legacies and what needs to be healed and what were the messages that have been passed on, and what has been your role, and learning, doing the healing on yourself will eventually help you to bring that back out into the world, which interestingly, your South Node is all about community, is all about working with groups. But you have to let go of that first, focus on yourself, and then when you do that magic and you heal yourself and you do what your passion dictates, your dreams and desires without worrying about everybody else, then you can take that back out into the world. Okay? So let's look at what tendencies to leave behind. Well, that happened quickly. All right, Two of Pentacles, kind of wanted to peek out, but I don't want to pull it because I kind of want these readings to be a little shorter. Okay, tendencies to leave behind. 9 of Wands and Temperance. Okay. So, 9 of Wands can be, if we're looking at a tendency to leave behind, can be worrying too much about the past, worrying too much about what's happened before, maybe even some paranoia or distrust. You've come a long way. You've done a lot of struggling to get where you are and to be who you are even. And so worrying about, what has what has happened in the past shouldn't hold you back. It should inform you from a space of wisdom. But you don't want it to keep you in a space of feeling paranoid or distrusting of life or of your own journey, thinking that maybe you don't necessarily know enough or have done enough, to heal yourself. Temperance is Sagittarian energy, so that's interesting. The Temperance card is really talks about being patient, right? It talks about the sense of like trusting in divine timing, right? And I think it is important, but it could be that divine timing or the time is now, and the time is now. But what is it the time for? I think one of your messages was to be here now. There could be something that you want, something that you want to put out there in the world, like it said in the Not For You card, but that particular thing isn't going to necessarily manifest. There could be something more, but in the meantime, allow yourself to act in the now, to be present with life as it's showing up. And as it's showing up, it may just be like a time of dreaming and daydreaming. It's not a time to look back. It's not a time to be taking, polls and asking others what they think, or listening to gossip or what other people think, or, whispers in the wind. It's not time for that. This was at the bottom of the deck. Page of Swords. Okay. So as I'm looking at the cards, let me see if I can make this look right on. I always get confused. Wait. How is this? I think it's, I can't do it. I can't do it. Well, what I'm looking at is this person is looking in this direction, okay? On my side. And this person is leaning in the opposite direction, but is also looking back over their shoulder. Why? The wind is blowing in this direction. The trees are bending in one direction. Okay, I guess going in that direction. And the body is leaning in this direction. And yet, and here's their truth. Here's what they're thinking. Here might be what they want to be speaking out into the world, putting out there. And yet he's looking back this way. This being is looking back this way. Why? For what purpose? How much more validation do you need, Leo North Node? Maybe you are keeping something close to the vest. Maybe you don't want to quite put something out there yet. But there's no need to be looking over your shoulder. Just be present. Be in the now. Have fun. Enjoy the pause. Enjoy the space that we're in right now. Little difficult to say enjoy with everything that's going on in the world, but there are, ways that we can do that and just be present with what is. Okay. And what to focus on. Bottom of the deck. The work is the thing. The mentor. The apprentice, I'm sorry. Okay. The work is the thing. Okay. So, the heartbreak, some truth may have come to you, whether it's an internal truth or something maybe that you've heard, but it's some kind of a truth has come into your awareness, and there is pain. And then Six of Pentacles. Okay. So a balancing of the giving and the receiving. Continue to work on that. Continue to work on healing. Could be codependency stuff. It could be an understanding of in relationships, in work, in my life. I need to heal the imbalance of giving and receiving, and or giving too much. For some reason, my focus today on this card's always so interesting, is on this particular person, kind of giving here. And isn't there just a little bit of take this as it resonates. There's almost a lack of vulnerability in always being the one that's giving, the one that's sort of playing this part, that I'm always man, I need to take word a day or something. I can't think of the word, but you know what I'm saying, right? There's a codependent element to that. That is, if I'm giving, I'm always helping, I'm always rescuing, I'm always doing for others. That's how I gain my worth, and that's how I maintain my status. And I think we need to be healing that, it looks like to me. Continuing to do the work on healing those pieces. Yeah. Okay, let's see. But have fun with it. Okay, a potential black. The black cards I'm drawing from the Chakra Wisdom Oracle deck from Tori Hartman. Okay. So what are potential blacks to keep you from doing this work? Are you able to receive? Okay. Is that it? Yeah. Okay, we've got abundance and grief. So solar plexus chakra and grief, heart chakra. I mean, you clearly have abundance. You've got the 10 of Pentacles here, right? Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Do you have a lack mentality, or do you have an abundant mentality. These people are fretting over something that slipped through the grates. And then this young person here being very creative and playful and ingenious in the method of how to extract, how to get the coins from below. All right, and grief is self-explanatory. So let me look at these here. Abundance. Let's read from the book. Okay. I only seek to give you what you ask for. Inspiration. Think about your relationship with money. Are you the wise girl or the foolhardy man? Money is naturally attracted toward appreciation and gratitude. Yes. Personal inquiry. Be wary of using your financial situation as an excuse to avoid doing something. Are your thoughts and actions around money empowering or disempowering you? Okay, so we want to look at those legacies and those messages. And past woundings, past hurts, and really kind of become aware of our sense of money with worth and worthiness, the relationship. Key ideas: abundance through gratitude, releasing regret, being good with money. Okay. And then we've got grief. Grief is love without a place to go. Remind us that what we reveal, we can heal. Give yourself time, you will love again. If you honor your pain, it will change your life. Personal inquiry: is lingering grief preventing me from progress? What can I see in my heart? Key ideas: feeling grief, healing process, missing someone or something, being unafraid of sadness. Love is on the horizon. Okay, so you've got to do the healing work. The work is the thing. The process of the work, even if we are looking at your actual work, if you're working in order to manifest something in particular, that something in particular may not ever manifest. But this is a message right here to tell you that the work itself is the thing. Be in the moment. Be in the practice. The path is the thing. The path is the purpose. Okay. And final. Oh no, not final message. Highest possible outcome for Leo North Node. Whoa, there you are. Bing, 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 bing. The bottom of the deck. Okay. Sun. Your ruler. Happiness, joy, being in the moment. This is your North Node. Blissfully riding on spirit, on the back of spirit. Anytime I see a white horse, right, I'm thinking of spirit and the spiritual path, the spiritual expression, the spiritual wind, the spiritual, transport. It's spirit. Kundalini, energy, right? Path, the purpose to happiness, joy, connection, bliss. But let's see what turned over here, or what came out here. Oh, man. Queen of Swords in reverse. All right. Queen of Swords in reverse. Well, is this the highest possible expression of the Queen of Swords? Best possible outcome here. I think I'm going to get a clarifier for that. Actually, I don't think I need one as I'm looking at the cards here. I think this is going to require you being honest more than being in the teaching mode, right? When she's upright, you know, she's been through a lot. Mama ain't playing. She's experienced, she's wise, but she has a truth. She's got one truth. And she's very convicted in that. She has broken past any limiting beliefs or any, you know, restraints to being empowered and speaking her truth. You know, I mean, it's just, If you have something to say to this person, you better have thought it out really well. Or it better be really well thought out. Okay. She ain't asking for advice. She gives it. Okay? She gives it. Here, as I'm just looking at this spread, right? How I often see this card is I look at, it's reminiscent. These crossed swords here are reminiscent of the Two of Swords, which is the person has their arms folded in front of them, you know, blocking their heart. And the swords are, you know, kind of coming up here, and they're blindfolded. They're often just they're blocking everything out, either because they're in denial or they want to stay in the denial, they don't want to know what they know, or because they need time to figure things out on their own. And I often see this card as when the third, I say the Ace of Wands, right? I mean, Ace of Swords, which is the truth, the piercing through. There's a new truth. There's a new sense of, you know, it could be enlightenment, but there's a new truth here, new perspective, new even idea, but it pierces through those crossed swords, the unwillingness to have any other like outside influence or knowing. It pierces through, and it can be heartbreaking. But as I'm looking at your spread here, or your cards, you know, she's in reverse. She needs to be honest with herself first, or himself. This is just energy. And allow that truth to free her to be who she be. Queen of her own joy and bliss. But it's just not quite, you're just not quite there. Okay? Not quite there yet. Got to move through that grieving process. Okay. And the final message from Archangel Metatron. Final message from Archangel Metatron. No, there it is. Oh, yeah. Detach from the drama and look up. Like I said, there could be just a lot of noise, external noise out there that is keeping you stuck from moving forward. And what is that? Is that old family programming? You know, is it that internal, committee? Woulda, shoulda, coulda. It's really sad, isn't it? Because look, the sun is shining behind her and the head is bowed down in her knees and she can't see. Like, run and play in the field of flowers, for heaven's sakes. Go for it. She can't do it yet. $37, that's a 10. Whatever you are going through, whatever is weakening, challenging, and hurting you is something that can be eased by changing mindset and stance. Nothing is made better by thinking negatively and overinflating what may feel dark or heavy. It is easy to get sucked into drama. This can be of your own making or it can be created by others. It doesn't matter where it originates from. The effect is the same, and that is to take you away from your own power and light. See? Just got to flip you up. Maybe you grew up with or have been around those who argue, fight, or always expect the worst and see only the negative in any situation. They can heighten tension via gossip. Where's that card? It went away. Remember the sword? Person wants to go in this direction, but they're looking over this way. Same thing. Distrust, paranoia. Via gossip or repetitive behavior, and indeed may even thrive on the adrenaline of chaos and disharmony. If you are always the one at the center of some drama, ask yourself why. No one is fated to have a difficult life or to meet challenge after challenge. Another way is possible, but involves changing thoughts and energy to alter outcome. Look at the seated figure on the card. She is wrapped in her own unhappiness, isolation, and stubborn refusal to look up and see the beauty that is all around her, as well as her own light. Help is there for her, but she is blind to it, locked only in her thoughts and feelings, amplifying them even more. To change from a drama-related pattern to one of peaceful expectancy and hope may require you to change those who you socialize with, or it may mean walking away from those who perpetuate lower vibrational reality. We are all influenced by the company we keep. Archangel Metatron will help you address any change that needs to be made. If you are the one who's addicted to drama, all you have to do is breathe deeply, look up to the sunlight rather than down to the ground, and open up to a new way forward. Detach now from anything that drains you energetically, any person who lowers you, or any situation that keeps you small. Even if you don't physically walk away, changing how you react and what you let into your personal space enables you to feel the sunlight, smell the flowers, be warm, and feel at peace with surroundings that are on your side, not against you. This card also highlights the need to detach from drama in the world by those stuck in third-dimensional energy, as well as being depleted by distressing new events. We are asked to simply hold the light. So, people that are stuck do not see beyond. They don't see from a higher perspective. They don't want to play with the magic. They don't want to do the deep healing work that is required by the moon. I mean, you got the moon card, do the work, dig deep to get here. The final, highest possible, this is the bottom of the deck, right? Card from the moon to the sun. Yay. Okay. So that is all I have for you, Leo North Node. Thank you for being here. Please just take a second to like, share, subscribe if you liked my video. It doesn't cost you anything. Thank you. And thank you for being a part of my journey and my path and my purpose. We're all connected, and I really do appreciate you being here. Thank you. Bye-bye.